Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm really excited to be here today at the Headless Commerce Summit. Let me introduce myself. I'm Massimo. I'm the co-founder and CTO of Atoms, an experienced design studio based in Italy. Just a couple of words about my company. Atoms is part of Retex, an Italian group specialized in retail experience. In Atoms, we have been embracing the headless approach for almost 3 years for the development of meaningful and complex experience, especially e-commerces. We in Atoms strongly believe that detaching the presentation layer from the backend, it's a great opportunity to overcome limits and constraints imposed by monolithic approach. This approach focuses in a definition of service ecosystem rather than the selection of a unique monolithic platform. So, Headless enables best-of-breed software selection. Instead of trying to find a solution that is everything to everyone, it's better to find specific software and specific services for a specific set of functionalities. Another big advantage of the headless approach is that the front-end application can be developed in any language and any framework, with the total freedom in terms of customizations, effect, and interactions. The result is a unique and future-proof solution that gives you the ability to offer unmatched shopping experiences. And it's using this approach that we developed the new e-commerce for Salvatori. Let me introduce you Salvatori. Salvatori is an award-winning Italian design company specializing in natural stones. Salvatori fuses old-fashioned craftsmanship with contemporary design, transforming marble in iconic objects to create timeless and elegant decors. The new e-commerce is a complete replatform from the old monolithic solution based on WordPress and WooCommerce. Of course, before starting developing and designing the new architecture, we analyzed together with the client all the business requirements. The first business requirements can sound simple, but yet it's really important for Salvatori. Salvatori, as I said, is a design company, so one of the most important requirements was the ability to develop a fully custom user experience and user interface. Salvatori products are really unique. For example, walls and floor products need a quantity calculator to define the correct amount of boxes to cover a specific area, including contingency for wasted material during the cutting. And also, home decors can be really complex because they have multiple variations, different options, different rules, different shapes. So the product selector becomes almost a product configurator. And then probably the most important requirement for this project. Salvatori is an Italian company with really important international clients, like Google, Louis Vuitton, and Ritz-Carlton hotels. So the new e-commerce should support and should enable global sales in multiple geographical areas. The website should manage different content, different prices for different countries and different languages. And then a requirement that is related to shipping. Some Salvatori products can be really big and heavy. Think about a table made in marble. So shipping price has to be dynamic, based on product size, weight, and shipping location. And also delivery times can vary from a couple of days to multiple weeks. And this information is based on product category, availability, and shipping options. And then probably the most impactful requirement for the technological stack, and it's related to performance. The old WordPress had a really big issue with performance, especially related to the time to the first byte, in particular on product detail pages. The browsing experience was really not fluid and really frustrating, especially from mobile. And trying to optimize a monolithic platform like WordPress requires a huge amount of time to set up cache, to debug slow queries, to update plugins and application core, to reduce the database code, and in general to tune all the infrastructure. So the new stack must drastically reduce the effort for performance optimization, so we can use the saved time to implement new features. And then a requirement related on how Salvatori sells its products. Salvatori sells both products that are already available in stock and products that, due to their exclusivity, are only manufactured when an order is made. So the new e-commerce should manage both a physical stock location for MTS and a virtual stock location for MTO. And then a requirement related on Salvatori business model. Many architects and interior designers need to show product samples to their clients. So a business requirement was to allow samples to be sold only to pre-authorized customers. And it's this pre-authorization phase that is really important because provide the opportunity to the Salvatori sales team to give support and comprehensive commercial advice to its professional clients. And then last but not least, Salvatori, of course, is not only a business-to-customer e-commerce, but it's mostly a business-to-business e-commerce. And there are lots of opportunities coming from professionals. So collecting data and leads and providing all these data to the CRM, so making this information accessible to Salvatori sales team is a relevant requirement for Salvatori. And so with these business requirements in mind, we defined a new technological stack for Salvatori commerce. We started from the front end. Our choice was really easy for us because we love Vue.js. We think it's really powerful, it's really performant, and it's really developer-friendly. And Next.js probably is the best choice for a Jamstack project. Then we choose Netlify, and Netlify helped our team a lot. In fact, our development team with Netlify can focus on development without wasting time on configuration and developer operations. Netlify helped our development team also to be constantly aligned with our design team and with Salvatori team, using Netlify deployment previews. Then we choose Contentful to create a really customized data model for Salvatori. We needed to create a really custom data model, a really scalable data model for Salvatori products. Then we choose Auth0 for the identity management. Auth0 was really helpful because we migrated to Auth0 before the replatforming. So we installed a plugin on WordPress, and then when the new website went live, no user migration was needed. And then the heart of this technological stack, Commerce Layer. Commerce Layer is an headless e-commerce platform and is natively multi-merchant, multi-market, multi-price list, and multi-stock location. And I say natively because with a single instance of Commerce Layer, you can manage these multiple options. And also, Commerce Layer manages only transactional information. So it's really easy to integrate Commerce Layer with any CMS. And then finally, we choose Algolia to create a really efficient and revamped search experience. And we use Algolia also to implement all the product listing pages and the filtering experience. So now that I shared the technological stack, I want to focus on specific aspect of this implementation. And this is related to the internationalization. These are the starting number of the new e-commerce of Salvatori. Now we have 2 stock locations as I said, one for virtual products for MTO and the other for MTS. We manage 2 languages, Italian and English. We have 5 price lists, 8 shipping categories. We ship in more than 200 countries. We have 2,500 SKUs and 10,000 images. And then the last number, probably the most important one, because, as I said, Salvatori, the new Salvatori Ecommerce is a Jamstack project. And the number URL is something that in Jamstack projects can be critical, because pre-generating 25,000 URLs can take a lot of time. And as I said, these are starting numbers, and they are naturally set to grow in the future. For example, adding new products or adding new language. Just adding one more language will add 10,000, more than 10,000 URLs to this project. So we had to find a solution to keep deployment times unaffected by the number of URLs. And the solution was to use on-demand builders. With Netlify on-demand builders, you have the possibility to pre-generate only a subset of pages, like the home page or most visited pages, and then generate other pages on demand when a user opens that URL using a special serverless function. This integration was really simple, and the results were super effective. Now, Salvatori application deployment are about 7 minutes, and they are completely unaffected by the number of URLs. And then we used a lot of serverless functions in this project. Probably in every commerce, you need to integrate data between different services, and serverless functions are really useful, because with serverless function, you can create integration between the CMS and the search engine, for example. When you create or update a product in the CMS, the Algolia index is updated in real time. Then we created an integration between the e-commerce platform with the ERP to manage the stock locations. And then we integrated all the CRM, all the data coming from the website, all the forms, with the CRM, using serverless functions. And then, atomic content model. Let me explain how does it mean. Atomic content model means to create content types that are composed by other content types. This concept is similar to atomic design, where a single atomic element can be used to generate complex structures. This approach makes the CMS really scalable and avoids replication of data. And in an e-commerce project, you have to avoid to replicate data, because maintaining the replication of data is really tough. So with atomic content model, we created a data model that is really scalable and well-designed for Salvatori needs. And now I want to share with you some of the future, some of the next implementation we are going to implement in next months. The first is related to Algolia and product recommendation. We want to use Algolia Recommend to implement the recommendation experience for Salvatori Ecommerce. Related products will help Salvatori team to minimize manual activities and will optimize shopping experience, saving user time to find the desired product. And frequently bought together will help users to find perfect match for their complementary products related to the shopping bag, thus generating additional online revenues by boosting average order value. And then, when Netlify Edge function were announced, we were really happy, because they are really, really useful in Salvatori project. In fact, with Netlify Edge function, we can personalize the experience on the edge with a really low latency time. We can differentiate page content for authenticated user with specific message for privates and for professionals. And Nuxt 3 and Nitro support edge rendering. So in these days, we are re-implementing all Geo redirect using Netlify edge functions. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Feel free to drop me an email if you want to discuss any of these arguments. Thank you very much.